Hello, everybody. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, and this is just news that surprises no one. Elton John finally has the guts. Someone has the balls to go up against Disney and call out the Disney Lion King remake for what it is, a soulless cash grab that I am so proud that I didn't see. I refuse. I just don't understand what we're doing and why so many people were so excited for this film. It just the fact that it's made some money at the theaters, people went and saw it, but it just will not have the long-lasting legacy that the cartoon did. It just won't. And Elton John has come on record expressing his disappointment in a recent article in GQ. And to get to the quote directly, they asked him, "Have you seen the new Lion King film?" And Elton goes on record to say, "The new version of the Lion King was a huge disappointment to me, because I believe they messed the music up. Music was such a big part of the original, and the music in the current film didn't have the same impact. The magic and joy were lost. The soundtrack hasn't had nearly the same impact in the charts that it had 25 years ago when it was the best-selling album of the year. The new soundtrack fell out of the charts so quickly despite the massive box office success. I wish I had been invited to the party more, but the creative vision for the film and its music was different this time around, and I wasn't really welcomed or treated with the same level of respect. That makes me extremely sad. I'm so happy that the right spirit for the music lives on with the Lion King stage musical." Ouch! He is hitting them hard, and that's what's so great about Elton John. He doesn't care. You think he cares? He's not caring about pissing off Disney. He still gets residual money no matter what happens off that soundtrack. He made so much money off the soundtrack. And the truth is, let's be honest, he's probably a little upset because he didn't get any additional revenue from the film. And I thought Elton did a song. Am I crazy? Didn't Elton do a new song on the new remake? Elton John Lion King remake song? Did he? Am I crazy? I guess I am crazy. The 2000 years soundtrack here. I'm looking at you. I could have sworn. I just haven't seen it, so I'm not as sure. Be prepared. I thought he did Never Too Late. That's why I was right. Ba-boom. He wrote some song for the movie Never Too Late, which was for the film. But interesting. Was that something that was rejected? Where did that come from? I don't know. Anyway, the fact that he's come forward admitting that this was not, there it is. John and Rice wrote a new song for the end credits titled "Never Too Late," performed by John. So there, he was involved. So that's even more telling, the fact that he would go on record to admit it. I mean, he's admitting that his own song didn't work, because let's be honest, there, Elton John, your song didn't work either, but neither did Beyonce's. I've listened to the soundtrack. I've tried, because I love that soundtrack. I grew up with it, and just Donald Glover, Beyonce was at first I'm like, wow, these two are singing together, but it feels like, just not the same. It just doesn't have the same impact as the original did for some reason. And then Hakuna Matata, I love Billy Eichner and Seth Rogen, but Billy Eichner is a little too hard, just too harsh on it, and Seth Rogen just really can't sing. Love him to death, but he just could not sing. He tried his best, and it just comes off as a bad cover version and not a good cover version at all. And so all of them felt the same way. I just thought the whole soundtrack was just a complete waste. And the new Beyonce song just was not very, I don't know, everyone just, anything she releases, her fans go wild, but it just didn't have a melody. It just didn't have that impact that I feel like she could have had with some other song that probably Beyonce and Elton John could have done together. Who knows what could have been? All I know is I love the fact that Elton John is calling it out for what it is. The magic and joy were lost. It's because they're soulless CGI creatures. The animation had soul. The animators were literally writing the, and that's not to discredit the CGI animators who did a great job to making them look real, but the emotion's gone when we just do these straight remake things with better looking animals. I feel like Favreau got so lost in the technology and sort of relied so much on, the nostalgia and people love this movie, let's just make it look fantastic like I did for Jungle Book. He lost what he did with Jungle Book, which was make it his own. Go to the real source material, make it something different, more exciting, adventurous. It's just, I don't get it. So anyway, I love the fact that Elton John called it out. What do you guys think? Someone like Elton John, he has enough power and money that he doesn't care. He's still going to make his money. Disney's probably blaming him. He's blaming them. Everyone's blaming everybody that soundtrack didn't take off, because it should have. The original soundtrack made $1 zillion easy. I remember reading an article that the little kid who sung "I Just Can't Wait to Be King" and "Hakuna Matata," his mom was gonna sign off the rights for $1 million or something. And then when they were little in 1984, they're like, "Oh man, we're gonna pass up $1 million. We should hold out. No, maybe let's just take the money. What if this doesn't work out?" And the mom knew better and didn't let him sign the contract. He was a kid because the mom had the call. The kid ended up not signing that check and then had to get the residuals. And Disney has forked over millions to him because he held out. And brilliant move. It's a really fun story, but it just shows that the money in that soundtrack could have been massive. People would have bought the soundtrack. People would have streamed it like crazy, and they're not. And he's right. And the music was poor, pale to the comparison. And the musical itself just shows you can do a remake when you do something different. They added songs. They made a new visual look to it all. It still had the heart and the acting. This one wasn't just celebrities and CGI that looked cool. So good for you, Elton John. What do you guys think? Hit me down in the comments below or always on Twitter. Please follow me up on Instagram. I'm trying to get some more followers there at Andy Signor. And I'll be back with more videos today. Stay tuned. Bye, everybody.